One of my favorite Sundance memories, and I'm sorry for putting this in the interview,
That's okay.
was Einstein Bagels in Park City. I was sitting there, I think we had done an interview,
Yes.
and I was like walking over to just find a seat to eat, and he's sitting there practicing lines you were thinking about, there was a movie you were going to do in Providence, I think, where you were playing someone in death row, or I forget what the movie was.
Oh, Conviction maybe.
Yes, something like
with
that.
Swank.
Yeah, but I'm going to tie this together. And he told me how he listens to people talking, and that's how he picks up accents. Mm-hmm. Which leads me to this movie, because I heard you were listening a lot to CP.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we were both listening to Ann and CP quite a bit, and watching interviews. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
And we had dialect coaches who were very good dialect coaches.
Because I had to make sure that my register didn't go back up. 'Cause I'm up here and Ann's down here. You know, she talks, her voice is a little lower. So I couldn't stay up here as Taraji. I needed someone to watch me. Because there were times when I would get, passionate. And I get...
Yeah, Denise is really good. She helped me out a few times, too. Yeah.
One of the things that I was very impressed with is... a lot of people, you transform yourself in this movie physically, the way you look, and some people might might not want to do that for the role. They might want to make themselves look a little better, if you will. And I think you did such a brilliant job with what you did to look like Ann. Was there any hesitation when you were going to do that, or talk a little bit about wanting to transform yourself?
I love characters that take me outside of myself. I don't, when it's time to become a character, Taraji has to go away. It ain't about Taraji and her vanity. It's about the truth of this character. I remember when I first went to try on my fat suit, and they had these nice perky boobs, and I said, that's not going to transform the way I move. Like, I need to move differently, and right now this suit is too light. And I said, this woman had big boobs. They're missing. Like, call Tyler Perry and ask him who made Medea's boobs, because I need those. And they were blown away.
I
Honestly,
want to see that new one.
It's funny. Yeah. Costuming, they didn't expect me to come in ready to surrender all of my vanity. They thought that they were doing me a service by giving. I said, that's not who this woman is. So they had to revamp the whole suit. And then when I put it on, and I said, see, now I'm walking like this, and I'm talking, I'm walking a different way. And they were like, oh my God, we just didn't know that you would go there. I was like, have you not been paying attention to my career?
Yeah, but I have to tell you something, though. A lot of people might not be willing to do that.
That's what they said.
That's one of the reasons why I thought both of you did such a tremendous job in this movie, because I bought into what I was seeing on screen. It felt real.
Yeah.
And also, it's such a incredible story that you can't. You think it's like a Hollywood made up thing, but all of this really happened. Talk a little bit about being honest to what really happened, but the fact that you're also making a movie, so you want to be careful, but you're trying to entertain. It's one of those kind of things.
Yeah, you can't fit everything in there. With a 2-hour movie, so many things happen to these people. You can only do so much in a 2-hour movie.
And not only that, like. Go to ask the question again. I had such a great answer.
Basically,
give us a moment. Yes.
Right. I was basically
let's recalibrate.
Right. I was going to say it's basically like balancing fact and fiction, and also, but these are real people, and you want to be honest to what really happened.
What I found fascinating about it is that we didn't have to Hollywoodize the story. Because just reading it seemed fake already. It was like, oh my God. But then when you do the research and this stuff really actually happened. Her flipping that man around and hitting him in the head with the phone. All that is true. None of that we embellished on. That actually happened. So I think everyone involved, we were interested in telling the truth. It wasn't about a Hollywood moment. It was about a moment in history that actually happened, that we are actually seeing happen again now in 2019. And so that was the importance of the film. It wasn't about making a Hollywood movie. We didn't care about a Hollywood film. We wanted a film that is going to impact lives and change thoughts and perceptions.
One of the things that I think a lot of people won't realize when they're watching it is you made this entire film in 29 days. Robin told me that you were lucky to get 3 takes sometimes. Talk a little bit about, do you enjoy that kind of back against the wall filmmaking, knowing you have a limited time, limited budget, or are you a little bit more in your head because you're like, oh my God, I got to get it on the first take?
I like to do it and go home. I'm a one take. I like one takes, like, especially
Yeah.
emotional scenes.
Yeah, I was just
because-
gonna say that, especially with emotional stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to lay on those emotions too. It drains you. It's a lot. You give so much of yourself. It's exhausting and can wear on your spirit. So I'm usually like, are we set up? Everything's good. Y'all got it. Because when I give it to you, don't expect it again. That's how I work.
Right.
Yeah,
I
can
like
relate
working
to
like that.
I think that's true, especially with emotional scenes. And these days, that's kind of how you got to work these days. It's
Yeah.
different than the 70s, and I think they did a lot more takes back then. I think you got to come in sort of loaded for bear, and it's intense.
Yeah, I like to get in and get out.
One of the things, this is Robin's feature debut, although Robin has been producing for a while. Are you more excited to work with a full first-time filmmaker like this, or are you a little bit more nervous because you never really, first film, you know what I mean?
I think what first-time directors lack in experience, they can make up for in enthusiasm and passion, and certainly because Robin has been on a set before, he knows how film sets run, and that influenced him a lot,
I'm always about giving people chances because I wouldn't be where I am if someone didn't take a chance on me. So, Danny Strong is a friend of mine. I worked with him on Empire. He brought this script to me. I trusted him. I could work with anybody. You know what I mean? I can work with anybody because at the end of the day, I don't care who the director is. They could be new. They could be a vet.
Yeah.
Once you put your soul on it and walk away, you have no control. I don't care if it's with a new director, a vet, somebody has been doing it for 2 years, 5, 10, I don't know. But once I do my work and we walk away, we have no control over it after that. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.